We talk about violence in film, what crosses the line, what's too much, what gets censored. But here's a better question. What is it that it's saying? And the violence isn't just a tool, it's the entire language of the film. So let's talk about how action, rhythm, and pain can become the story. This is Required Watching, where we watch the essential films from lists of cinematic influencers and look at them through the lens of learning about filmmaking and how to move forward. I'm Trey, and Kill takes place almost entirely on a train. I think it's really cool, and of course, it's intentional. There's nowhere to hide, no time to breathe, and every car becomes an emotional beat. Fight is a new sentence in a story that's just told through blood. Much like Speed, I think Kill is unlike other typical action films, where the violence is often the background noise. I think here it's the foreground. It's all of the movie. All of the movie is fighting. It also tells a really great story because the plot doesn't pause for the fight. It is the fight. Look closely and you'll notice the fights evolve. They start controlled, tactical, clean, right? They start because this protagonist is a military man. But as the story unravels and emotions rise and things happen, the punches get sloppier, angrier, personal. But this is what makes really great fight choreography. It's not about who can land the cleanest hit. It's about who's breaking physically, mentally, emotionally, and how that shows up in the body and in our actions. Pain isn't just inflicted, it's expressed. Turn off the sound and you'll miss half the movie. Every kill is felt, not just seen. The Foley work, how bones crunch, the way bodies slam against metal, it feels carefully crafted to make the violence feel more tactile. It's not just stylized like John Wick, it's brutal, it's real, it's intentionally uncomfortable. And that discomfort is narrative tension that makes you stay in the scene. The camera doesn't just capture action, it participates in it. There are very long, unbroken takes that pull you into the fights at an exhaustive level. And I think it takes a sharp turn, right? Like these jarring cuts then snap you out, kind of like getting punched in the face. It's not about being flashy, it's about immersing you in the character's unraveling. The style of shooting violence becomes an emotional map of the film. I trust you. Watch the film, go back and watch it again, and watch the threads being pulled. Kill is part of a bigger shift that we're seeing globally when it comes to action, because it's less about power fantasy and more about pain and psychology and consequence. Think The Raid, Oldboy, RRR. These aren't fights for fun. They're expressions of everything the characters can't say. This is violence as poetry, as grief, as vengeance. For filmmakers, it's a reminder that even in genre work, there's room for craft, rhythm, and meaning. But Kill is required watching because it turns violence into storytelling. For a lot of people, John Wick is probably that movie where the action and the killing feel integral and fun. This movie maybe adds another layer to that. It truly turns violence into storytelling. Every punch has weight and every cut is rhythmic. When there's silence, it's telling you an entire story because of that jarring effect. If you're a filmmaker, this is your fight choreography Bible, if I'm being completely honest. This is how you use tension without dialogue. And if you're just here for blood and bruises, you'll get that too. But stay for the story underneath it all because you'll have something incredible. If you haven't seen Kill, go out and see it. It's a fun ride and I think it's worth checking out. So please, let me know your comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, peace.